Hello, friends, and welcome. Welcome. Oh, I need to check one thing real quick. Let me just set one thing, and then we are good to go. I am so glad you are here. I need to give you a thumbs up for being here. Oh, good, it did work. But give me a second. I just realized that one of my text things doesn't look so good because it got cut off. And then I will give you my complete and undivided attention. Where is it now? Oh, there. I cut this off by accident. Well, you know what I did, you guys? Give me a sec. I cut off the first line of this. Let me fix this, and then I am ready to go. Here we go. To Vancouver. Oliver Ekman Larson. Let's see this. OEL. 6 years. 8.25 million per year. Arizona retains 1 million per year. Let's try that. Okay, that's better. Hey everyone. Thanks for being here. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay, and then I will get started. And oh, I just saw that this thing is cut off. Still learning how to do all these funky things. Okay. You guys give me a thumbs up in the chat or a hello if you guys can hear me okay. And thanks for being here. Okay, everything's good. Awesome. So welcome everyone. We got a lot to talk about as we get settled. You can look, and if you haven't already, digest that massive trade that went down earlier today. So first and foremost, I am Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. And this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is my NHL entry draft live stream. And a couple of things I'm going to say about it before I get started. But going to change, or at least going to kind of outline how I'm going to do this today, given all the announcements, all the details of what happened earlier today. So first and foremost, thanks for being here. I know you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, so I appreciate that you are being here. And shout out to my moderators in advance. Do what you got to do. I trust you and I appreciate you. Shout out to Monkey 9 Brewing, who continues to sponsor this. I don't even know if they even know that they still sponsor. And of course, to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Justin Credible, nucksfan number 29, Lucas Gates, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shea Family Channel, Jamie Sports Talk and More, Shannon Hollingworth, and Andrew Chang. I know that many of you are in the chat tonight, which is cool. And for everyone, I appreciate you, and I don't take you for granted. If you want to become a member of this, I want to thank all members, actually, not only Hall of Fame, but franchise, all-star. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or in my videos, or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. So subscriptions are going well. We passed the 6,700 mark. Many of you were with me when we passed it on Wednesday night for the expansion draft. So thank you. So we're going to try and get to 6,750 by the end of this month, which would be cool. So thank you for that. Members, we're still at 40 members and steady. Would love to get that going a bit higher, but we will see. And overall, yeah, I did my quick vlog on today's, and it's actually going to be my biggest vlog in a long time. It already has 2,500 views in the span of only 3 hours, which is really, really cool. So I think a lot of people wanted to know about the trade, and we can talk about it. I have all the details listed right there. Oh man, you guys, I just realized another typo. I'm not so good at this. Give me 1 second. I'll just fix this and then I'll leave it alone. I want to say 1.5 per year, not 1.5 period a year. Let's try that. Okay, good. Yeah, and I appreciate you being here. You guys, I generally don't do a lot of these live streams. I leave it to kind of the bigger channels or even the smaller channels, but I had so much fun with the expansion draft. And we know we have Canucks After Dark tonight at 10 p.m., so make sure you join Parker and me for our Canucks After Dark show tonight. We had a great time Wednesday night after the expansion draft, and we'll have lots to talk about tonight for sure. Now, there's a reason why I only have the top 10 picks up there. I'm only going to be streaming for the top 10 picks. Number one, the Canucks don't even have a pick anymore. Obviously, we knew they had number 9. It said Vancouver there, but now it says Arizona, and we can talk about that in a second. And then number 2, I've told many of you I have a paper due for my master's that's due today, so I want to get that submitted before I join Parker. So it works out well. I'll be on here for about an hour and a half, eat my dinner, submit my paper for my master's, and then come on and then join Parker for Canucks After Dark tonight. So for everyone that's in the chat, thank you for being here, saying hello to everyone. And shout out T-Dot. Thanks for being here all the way from Toronto. Thanks to everyone. I won't go through everyone who's in here, but I appreciate that you are in here. I know that there are a lot of people streaming right now, a lot of big channels, a lot of small channels. So I appreciate that you are here with me hanging out. So for that, I'm going to give you one of these, my patented Canuck Clay, thumbs up. By the way, this is a new shirt that I bought at the arena yesterday, along with, you guys saw this, I think, on Twitter, along with my new, it's not like that amazing. This is like fake ice thing, but at least it's got my Pepsi Cold. I had a good time. Mickey, you want to say hi? Mickey's crawling around, and we'll see. So I actually did some research, you guys. I did some research on the top 15 picks. I had a magazine. I was ready to talk about each of the picks, and we can still do so. But I guess now we are going to have some other things to talk about. So let's start off by talking about the trade. And no matter where you're watching from, I cannot forget to say this. If you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. I know you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, and I do not take you for granted. So thanks for your support. Before I get going, I see Mickey down below. Maybe he wants some attention, so give me a sec. Mickey, come up here for a sec. This is Mickey. Mickey, you okay? You tired or something? Say hi. Look here. Mickey, look here. Mickey, you want to say hi to everyone? Mickey looks as stunned as always. Mickey, look at the camera. No? Okay, so here's Mickey. Mickey, you want to say something? What do you think of the trade today? It's rough. Okay, Mickey said it was rough, but we'll see you later. Okay, you can hang out here, Mickey. Oh, do you want the couch? Mickey, I'll put you on the couch. You don't want the couch? All right. Mike, I just started watching your channel. Pretty happy about it. Good job, bud. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. I always say that in all my vlogs that subscribe for Canucks content that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. The whole positive shtick, it's not a shtick. It's the way I am. It's the way I live my life. I like to make timely videos so they make sense to you, and that I don't have to break the news to you, but I want to give good insight to you on the news. And then trustworthy. You know, I don't do a lot of clickbait type videos. I like for the news to happen and then provide some reasonable analysis on it. So speaking of which, let's get in this trade, and then I will get into your comments. So right away, hi, Adrian. Hello, Riley. Hello, Maestro. Everyone that's here, Fangirl. First off, this trade, everything's there. The Canucks get Oliver Ekman-Larsson 6 more years at $8.25 million a year. Arizona retaining $1 million of that a year. We also get Connor Garland. I spelled that wrong. This is bad, you guys. Connor only has one N in his first name. I will fix that. Connor Garland, 39 points in 49 games last season. That's 0.8 points per game. He's an RFA. He needs a new contract, but I have no doubts that he's going to sign here. The question is for how much. He only made $800,000 last season. What a steal. Arizona gets the 9th overall pick tonight. They get Louis Eriksson and his 1 year remaining $6 million. They get Jay Beagle, 1 year remaining $3 million. They get Anton Roussel, 1 year remaining $3 million. They get our second round draft pick next year and our 7th round pick. That's a throwaway pick in 2023. So when it comes to salary cap, not salary, because salary cap's more important. Salary, every team has money. Well, I think Vancouver has more than Arizona. But we are giving away $12 million, 6, 3, and 3. So we unloaded $12 million, but we are bringing on 7.25 of Ekman-Larsson, not 8.25. And then whatever Connor Garland's going to get, maybe he makes 3.5, 4, 4.5. So that could be a wash salary-wise. 12 million. Thanks, Mike. Yes, it's the way I live my life, indeed. So the salary could be a wash. I think a lot of people are saying this is short-term gain, i.e. makes us a much better team on paper. Don't forget Jason Dickinson as well. But for long-term pain, no ninth overall pick, no second-round pick next year now. And these $12 million of contracts, we're going to come off the books next year. Now, you could say, however, Ekman-Larsson may have had a tough run in Arizona the last couple of years. If he can refine his top pairing or even top 4 caliber play, that's a good trade. And Connor Garland is going to be an awesome fit alongside Horvat and Höglander on the second line. So this is how our lineup might look right now. And remember, Jim Benning might not even be done. He might not even be done. But right now, it could be Pettersson, Besser, and Miller on the top line. Then Horvat, Höglander on the left side, Garland on the right, second line. Then a third line of Dickinson between Podkolzin and Pearson. I like that, gritty line. And then our fourth line could be Tyler Mott on there, Matthew Heimer on there, and then a center, whether it's Travis Boyd or returning Brandon Sutter, whatever it may be. By the way, the broadcast is starting, but it's going to be a while for the first overall pick. And as always, I can't put the TV on too loud because then people will complain or I might get copyrighted. But it's okay. I'm more interested in you guys anyways. And as you can see, Vancouver is not even on the board. I will update that list as we go. I'll just type in names as we go. So the first thing, and then I'm going to get, Jamie says Schmidt is probably going to get traded. There's still Virtanen buyout, perhaps a Holtby buyout, perhaps a trade for Holtby or Schmidt. So Jim Benning might not even be close to being done. So right away, Debut Hunter, thanks. That's what I'm going to ask. Give the trade a letter grade from the Canucks perspective. How much do you like the trade? Obviously, A+, A minus means you love it. B+, B minus means it's okay. C+, C minus, average. D, F. Give me a letter grade for the trade, and then we will get going. Give me a letter grade. Okay, Rich, I'm so pissed about the trade. Gives it an F. That's not good. F means fail. Fangirl gives it an F. Delaware Renault gives it an F. Oh, by the way, the Hughes brothers on TV right now. Nice to see Quinn there. Nice to see Jack there. And of course, Luke Hughes is the one in the middle. He's the one that's dressed up. But it's kind of cool to see. Then we're seeing the USA watch party with some of their players there. Anyways, we'll get to that in a second. But let's see some of your letter grades. F, F, F. Rome says, if this trade doesn't work out, I think Benning might be done. Yes. Debut Hunter gives it a B+. Very good. LA Women's Hoops gives it a D. I'm not seeing some good grades here. Debut Hunter, I don't see many level-headed options here. Just a lot of emotion. Oh, sorry. Level-headed opinions. Yeah, but emotion is part of it for sure, Debut Hunter. I hear what you're saying. But, there could be some people that simply don't like it. I try and be rational. I'm passionate, but I try and be rational in my takes. That's Mickey barking at the ice maker. Mickey doesn't like the ice maker. Okay. Aiden gives it an A+. Wow. Brown gives it a C-, barely passable. Rome gives it a C-. Alex gives it a C+. James gives it a B. James, nice to see you. James, you are so good. I actually talked about you in my stream, talked about how classy you were in requesting that I don't spoil, the expansion draft, which I did. But I actually didn't do it in the live stream, which is pretty cool. Everyone that was on there, up to 125 people, they were so good on Wednesday night and not spoiling it for people who had not seen it. So good. But tonight I can't spoil it because these ones did not get out early. Rich, it's the contract and the age of Ekman-Larsson. Have we not learned anything about lengthy contracts? Yeah, we are getting rid of a Louis Eriksson, a Jay Beagle, and an Anton Roussel contract only to bring in an Oliver Ekman-Larsson contract. D for Oliver Ekman-Larsson, B for Garland. So I guess that averages out to a C for you, Jamie. Brett gives it a B. Riley gives it an A. Fangirl people on Twitter are calling for Benning to be fired. Yeah, that's nothing new, of course. Rich, we're going to be screwed in 2 years. Yes, I know you are not happy, Rich. Debut Hunter, you drop your grade, Clay. You drop your grade. Okay, I will. Eric gives it a B. James says, cool. All good. I'm going to give it... Oh, man. Okay, you guys, I'm hopeful that Oliver Ekman-Larsson retains his good form. So I'm going to give it a B. Obviously, it's not a slam dunk A+, A-, but I don't think it's as bad as some people are making it out to be. Now, of course, I'm not stupid. If Ekman Larsson does not regain his top pairing form, then yes, this is a bad trade because we have Ekman Larsson and 7.25 on the books for the next 6 seasons. But if he's good for the next 3 or 4 seasons, I will take that. I really will. And I think Connor Garland, I think he's going to be awesome for us. I really like. He got 39 points in 49 games on a really bad team. Imagine what he can do with Horvat, with Höglander, with some power play time, with some really skilled players. So I'm really high on Connor Garland. I think it's good that we got rid of $12 million. I think it's good that we didn't have to buy out any of those contracts and make them stay on our books even longer at a reduced rate, of course. But of course, that's $12 million that would have come off the books, straight away on at the end of next season. Another big trade, you guys know, there's just showing on the screen, Chicago Blackhawks and Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blackhawks getting Seth Jones, the first-round pick from Columbus today, and a next year's 6th-round pick. And in return, Columbus gets Adam Boquist, who was drafted the same year as Quinn Hughes, then the 12th overall pick. So they move up in the draft, 44th overall pick this year, and then a first-round pick next year. So obviously, Blue Jackets get a lot more in terms of futures because Chicago gets the actual current good player in Seth Jones. Mike says B, short-term, F, long. Yeah, that's not great. Kai says a B minus. Brandon, B, they got rid of 3 players that haven't earned their contracts. They got a top 4 D-man and a young forward. The first round pick is gone, but there is a little bit of salary retained, indeed. Fangirl, I'm frustrated by the trade. I'm sad no first round pick for the 2nd straight year. Yes. Kyle, yum, killer whale meat. Okay, Kyle, you must be hungry. LA Women's Hoops, a fan of OEL, but he is 30 at $7 million. Although, Mark Giordano's 37, and he did okay. So maybe Ekman Larsson still has it in him. Jamie, Columbus fleeced Chicago. Yes, they did really well. Mike, just under $19 million to sign Petey, Quinn, Dickinson, and Garland. You think they can do it? Yeah, I think if you pencil in Petey and Quinn for 14 at the most, Dickinson for another 3, that's 17. You're going to need a tiny bit more to sign Garland. That's why I think they're still going to, if they buy out Jake, that frees up a couple million. So I think you have your money there. Brett, we were paying Ether $6 million at 35. Yes, great point as well. Great point as well. Okay, so I got a funny story for you guys while we were waiting. My brother-in-law works for the Sandman Hotels, and he was in working in the office today. And right next door in the office next to him was Tom Ghilardi. He's the owner of the Dallas Stars. He's from here, and so he does some work here. So my brother-in-law was not eavesdropping, but he could hear Tom Ghilardi on the phone all day talking about the draft. Now, I asked him, try and get me some scoop or try and get me some names. My brother-in-law said he couldn't make out any names, unfortunately, but he did hear Ghilardi on the phone all day talking about the draft. And he heard Jim Benning's name mentioned a couple times, which is kind of funny as well. Just want to see if these work. You guys, those of you new here may have not seen these memes for a while or ever. Those of you that have followed me have seen these all the time. So that's me in a music video jumping over a couch. I'll find places to use this. This is me falling off my daughter's bed after putting up some Christmas decorations. This is me busting a move. That's the most recent one. And of course, the one that had me go viral, the thumbs up. By the way, if something really exciting happens, or maybe after each pick, I'll give one of these the goal horn. And I hope that did not scare you as it scared people on Wednesday. And what I really like to do is the goal horn, right? And then you're going to hear it a little bit. You're going to hear a little bit. You're going to hear it a little bit. And then I kind of dance to the music. Here, see me busting move? Yeah. Okay, let's get back to your comments as we wait. Brett, we were paying... Oh, I just said that. Jamie, Martinez from Vegas is 33 and had a great year. Yes. LA Women too. Seth Jones was rumored to be traded to Vancouver. When I heard the Canucks made a trade, I thought the Canucks got Jones. Yes. Jones got traded. Canucks made a trade, but they were not part of the same trade. Fangirl, I can see the fire betting chats at the home opener now. We will see. Brandon, if they trade Holtby and Schmidt for prospects or picks, that will free up some more room. Yes, we'll get more money and we'll recoup some picks. Great point, Brandon. Rome, if Arizona had taken Luongo's recapture penalty, I'd bump my grade to C+. That's fair. Kai, I wonder what's the return for Nate Schmidt. Hopefully Benning can push for a second or an early third. He seems to be one of the best defensemen left on the trade board. Yeah, at least a second. I know we only paid a third to get him, so maybe it's going to be a third, but I think we have to aim a little bit higher than that. Otherwise, just keep him, right? Just keep Nate Schmidt. Nuck649 Clay, do you like the OEL trade? I give it a B. Short-term gain, long-term pain. Usually it's the other way, short-term pain for long-term gain. This one's the other way around. So we'll see. I think it's a good trade if Oliver Ekman-Larsson indeed regains his form. So do you guys think Ekman-Larsson will bounce back? Or do you think he just was a product of a poor team in Arizona? Or do you think his best days are behind him? Let me know in the chat. Let me know what you think about Oliver Ekman-Larsson and what your hopes are for him. By the way, is there anyone in here that does not think Owen Power is going to go first? Is there anyone that doesn't think that Owen Power will go first to the Buffalo Sabres? Yes, they have Rasmus Dahlin, but you know, sometimes you want to pick the best. You often want to pick the best player possible, best player available. So they're putting up Sam Constantino's mock draft, and he's got Power, Beniers, Edvinsson, Hughes, and Gunther as his top 5. Then Eklund, Clark, Wallstead going forward. So we will see what happens. Okay, let's get to more of your comments. Let's keep on reacting here. Fangirl says, hopefully Benning can get a first-round pick this year. Nux649, OEL will do amazing under Travis Green. I like that optimism. Rome, I think OEL can find his game under Bradshaw. Yeah, don't forget we brought Bradshaw onto our coaching staff. D-Train, he's 30 years old, easier to bounce back at that age. He's kind of still in his prime. Yeah, we're not talking about a 35 or 40-year-old, that's for sure. Fangirl, don't know yet. I think his best days are behind him. Let him prove me wrong. I would love for him to prove you and others wrong for sure. Monkey Boy, was the Canucks trade good? A lot of people like it. A lot of people hate it. I don't mind it. I don't mind. I give it a B. Jamie, I'm hoping it was playing in Arizona for his bad play. They were a bad team for sure. James, I thought Power would fall. Yeah, he had a really good World Championship though, and I think he solidified his stock there. Brett, the pain with OEL will hopefully be in 4 years, where its impact will be minimized by increased cap. So every 7 or 8 minutes, you're going to hear Mickey bark because he gets mad at the ice machine. Maestro, hot take, Eichel stays in Buffalo until Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. That to me, that relationship seems really, really tough right now. But we'll see. Mickey, see ya. Fillmore, how will Canucks prospect pool be like now? It's not very strong if you have Podkolzin and Rathbone coming up. So you have hope in guys like Will Lockwood, like Aiden McDonough, but admittedly, it's not that strong right now. Rome says, I hate giving up the 9th overall. That really hurts. It's true. They were going to get a really good player. Granted, maybe 2 or 3 years away, but still a really good player. Monkey Boy, I think we could have done this trade by giving away a second instead of a first. Who knows? Or would you rather keep your first and then not have Arizona retain salary? I guess there are a lot of ways you can look at it. Monkey Boy, oh no, I just said that. T-Dot, VIP box, Clay the ice box. Very good. Fangirl, positive news, hot take hit 40K today. Yes, I saw that, and that is really good for him. Mike, could be worse, signing Hyman an 8-year, $40 million at 29 with knee injuries, plus trading a younger D-man draft pick and taking all of Keith's contract. Yeah, Edmonton is not in good shape for sure. Fangirl, we need the 9th overall to boost our prospects. Worst part of the trade other than OEL. Okay, so not a lot of love for the trade right now, but that's fine. I appreciate your guys' honesty, and that's what I want. I wanted your feedback on the trade, and you guys have given a lot of feedback, which is really, really good. All right, so we're still waiting for. I don't know when the first overall pick is going to go. They are going to go to a commercial break, and then they are going to start with Buffalo's pick. Nux649. Miller, Patterson, Besser, Höglander, Horvat, Garland, Pearson, Dickinson, Podkolzin. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's an amazing top 9, but it's good. It's a lot better than what we had this year for sure. Then you can have Mott and Highmore on your wings on the 4th line. Now you need a 4th line center, whether that's Travis Boyd resigned. You know, that's why now it makes sense why Jim Benning said that he was going to look at re-signing Brandon Sutter, because if he had this Jay Beagle trade in the works, he needs a fourth line center. So there's that as well. Interesting. Right now on D, on the left side, you have Hughes, Ekman Larson, then Rathbone, who I think is going to win the job over Ulevy. On the right side, as of now, you have Schmidt and you have Myers. Imagine if we re-sign Hamnick. Imagine if we don't trade Schmidt, and we got to free up some money to do this, but that's where Holtby or Virtanen buyout could come. Then our D could be Ekman Larson, Hughes, and Rathbone on the left, Myers, Schmidt, and Hamnick on the right. That means over last year, you're bringing in essence, Ekman Larson and Rathbone for Edler and Ben. To me, that's an upgrade, and I would be all over that. So we will see now. If part of me thinks that Nate Schmidt won't get traded anymore because of this trade, I just have a gut feeling, but you never know. Obviously, Benning will want to listen to offers. And I guess the other thing is, will Travis Hamnick sign? Because we still need to fill in a spot on the right side. So there are some things to think about for sure. All right, friends, let's keep on going with your questions. Oh, I skipped a couple, so I got to jump up a bit. James, better to give up this year's first rather than next year's, which is a stronger draft and better data. I agree on both of those points. Maestro team looks a lot better than last season. I agree. No one's debating that. I think we're just worried about what happens in the years after that. LA Women, if Arizona drafts an all-star and OEL has 2 good years, this gets downgraded to an F. No problem. I think everyone's going to be changing their grades for a while. Fangirl, I think Power will go number 1. Yes, he's the consensus. Forgot about VC. Yeah, T-Dot, I just didn't think he had a strong year. Hughes needs a big right D. Yeah, that's why I think if you bring Hamonic back, they were fine together. Monkey Boy, how good is Connor Garland? He's excellent. 39 points in 49 games. 39 and 49. That's 0.8. That's really good. And that's he'll be top 6 for sure. Nux says Hughes, OEL, Schmidt, Myers, Rathbone, Hamonic. I like that. Although, no, OEL plays on the left side, so yeah, I think you need Schmidt on the right side. I would go Hughes, Hamnick, OEL, Schmidt, Rathbone, Myers. That's what I would do. Fangirl, I said it twice. I'll say it again. OEL is Eriksson 2.0, same length contract. He signed different team, difference of $1 million. We'll see. I'm more optimistic, I think, with OEL than you are, Fangirl. Filmer, will OEL be a deadweight contract? I hope not, but that's the fear. Maestro, Canucks should trade Schmidt for a right-hand D, plays similar like Schmidt. Or you can keep Schmidt, but yes, Schmidt does make $6 million. Clay, will OEL play with Quinn? No, I don't think so. They're both left shot guys. So I don't anticipate that OEL will play with Quinn. I think OEL is basically the Edler replacement on the right side. On the left side. Just making sure that I'm pretty sure everything that I've seen, it's Ekman Larson plays on the left side for sure. Yeah, he shoots left. Yeah, so he's a left shot guy for sure. Clay, did you see Donnie and Dolly's reaction? They just posted about the trade. No, I haven't seen that yet, McGarvey. I will check it out. Leafs, hope is done. All right, here we go. Gary Bettman at the podium. No one booing because it is virtual. Okay, so he's talking about why the NHL draft is important. I think we all know that it's very important, which is fine. Just congratulate the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is good. Very important to do. So everyone type into the Zoom chat. I'm used to work. Type into the chat who you think is going to be the first pick in the 2021 draft, going to the Buffalo Sabres. And I'll be ready to type it in and update the board as we go. So it is, yeah, Fillmore, blah, 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 Gary. So I don't think there's anyone so far that doesn't think it's going to be Owen Power. No S on his name. So Owen Power, Michigan defenseman, 6'5", 215 pounds. Good skater. He can move, especially given his size. He's not as good as, say, Makar Hughes skating, but he's got fantastic puck control. Smart, very, very smart player. Likely going to go back to college for one more year. All right, Bettman is still talking. But everyone does talk about how smart Owen Power is, his processing speed, and he really upped his stock at the World Championships. McGarvey, how do you feel about giving up back-to-back first-round picks? I don't like it because it makes for like kind of a boring experience. Not the stream is boring, but overall, there's nothing to look forward to unless there's a trade of some sort. T-Dot says, Clay's a great dad. We need more great... Well, thank you, T-Dot. I appreciate it. But you have to ask my kids about that. All right, Buffalo Sabres. Here they go. Okay, so I forgot about this. They put Buffalo on the clock, so they have 5 minutes before they have to submit their pick. We got a nice little webcam in the Buffalo Sabres draft room at their arena. I don't know if they're going to just kind of stretch this out. And they put a graphic right now saying their number one overall picks. They had Rasmus Dahlin in 2018. That was the year we took Quinn Hughes at 7. Yeah, Pierre Turgeon back in 1987. And Gilbert Perreault in 1970. Now, a lot of people won't remember this. A lot of vloggers out there, they're too young to remember this. Well, I wasn't alive either, but that was closer to when I was born in 1974. And that was when they took Gilbert Perreault, the Canucks took Dale Talon. And that's when Buffalo and Vancouver both came in the league in the exact same year. Buffalo won the lottery, and they picked a franchise-altering star, and then we kind of didn't. We were stuck with Dale Talon. With all due respect to Dale Talon, of course. They're showing Owen Power's family. They look all excited. They're all waving. He knows that he's going first. Everyone there knows that he's going first. Do you guys think that Owen Power would be able to coexist with Rasmus Dahlin, by the way? Oh, good. James, a vote for Matthew Beniers, which is nice. Matthew Beniers, a good two-way center. And that's the first time I heard someone not say Power. While Fangirl does not like OEL, taking Edler over OEL any day. T-Dot says you're being humble, maybe. If you're talking about my fatherhood, yeah, no, I think I'm a pretty good dad. I'm not, and you guys, there's, you're going to get a bit of my non-hockey talk too. I think that's why you guys are here. You guys know who I am. You guys know what I'm about. Yeah, when it comes to parenting, I'll get back to the parenting talk. Here we go. The pick is in. Here we go. It is indeed Owen Power. No surprise. Owen Power going to Buffalo. We will update our board here. Now I have to make it a little bit... I guess I could scrap these logos here just for tonight. So then we have more room to see everything. Maybe I'll do that actually, just so we can see. And then maybe I can type in their whole name too. Okay, so Owen Power goes first overall to the Buffalo Sabres. I don't think there's any surprise in the chat, but we will see. You guys see how bad I type too as I update in real time. Right, 6'6", 213 pounds. That's a big boy. And as I said, he can move really well for a guy his size. But I think his biggest thing is how smart he is, how good he is on the ice. And now I'm just reading what it says there. 26 games, 16 points with Michigan. And now they're showing some highlights. Yeah, by the way, Michigan could have 3 top 10 picks coming from their program this year. That would be Owen Power, that would be Matthew Beniers, and that would be Kent Johnson, who the Canucks may have got if they still had their pick. And of course, Luke Hughes is joining the Michigan team next year. So Michigan has done a really good job of pumping out some really good players recently, which is quite impressive. And I know we're happy with our Michigan guy of Quinn Hughes. So Seattle Kraken on the clock. I'll get back to your chat now. I'm sorry if I missed some of your comments as I was blabbing there. Yes, it was. It wasn't a coin flip, LA Women's Hoops. It was a spin of this wheel kind of thing. Kai says, surprise, Reinhardt hasn't been moved yet. We gave up too much for OEL, says that dude. Honestly, 2 second-round picks would have done it. Our number 9 pick is too much. You're not alone in thinking that. Maybe they had to get that done. Rome at the 1970s draft actually announced Vancouver the number 1 pick, but then recanted that when they saw their mistake and gave it to Buffalo. Yes, that's part of the legend, Rome. Rome is, in fact, older than I am, or at least close to my age, so he knows of these stories as well. After Seattle is a crapshoot, I agree. Roman numeral, they say, back in 1970. According to sources, Owen Power requested a trade already. That's very good, Maestro. I hate this trade. Kraken select Clay Emo. I think I could do some good work for them, Fillmore. I'm not sure what... Actually, while we're waiting for the Seattle pick, just for fun, this sounds so conceited, but who cares? Gives us something to do. If a team drafted me, what position would you put me in? It could be on ice. It could be management. It could be communications. It could be content creation. Just, let's have some fun with this. If a NHL team drafted me, where should they utilize me? On the ice, front office, put it down. I want to see what you guys say. And this is inspired by Fillmore, Kraken select Clay Emo. Also, you could also talk about what you thought about the Kraken's expansion draft, what you thought about their picks. I know we talked about that a lot already on Wednesday night when we had over 100 people in here, which is cool. But yeah, let me see. Okay, Fangirl says Clay for GM. That's very kind of you. I don't think I'm that smart, but I appreciate the confidence. Thank you. So give me a job in a franchise and or tell me what you think of Seattle's picks on Wednesday night. Fillmore says communications. I like that. Maestro, 4th line center, penalty killing role, public relations. Okay, we'll get back to it. Now Seattle is making their first ever draft pick. Exciting stuff. Here we go. Ron Francis again. No surprise, it is the second straight player to go from Michigan. It is indeed Matthew Beniers. Now, what they're talking about, the feed froze from Matthew Beniers' home. But what they're talking about is he's going to be a matchup center. In fact, 6'2", 175. I've seen him compared to Jonathan Taves and Patrice Bergeron, which is really, really good people to be compared to. So Matty Beniers going to, gosh, he looks way older than his age. Yeah, but Matthew Beniers going to Seattle, 2nd overall. Oh, and I just got a text from nucksfan number 29 says that Owen Power is short. I have him beat by almost an inch. That is amazing. That is so funny. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Matthew Beniers going first ever amateur draft pick for the Seattle Kraken. Okay, let's get back to some of your things. Then I got a funny draft story for you in a second. So what do we got here? We got PR, assistant coach, mascot. I knew that was coming. Thank you, Nux. Advisor to the GM. I like that, Rome. Organ player. I will take that. You know, I don't need a cushy, high-profile job. I will take organ player for sure. Enforcer, says Rich. I don't know what I'd be enforcing. Maybe just enforcing all the sushi eating. Clay, winger, next Theo Fleury or Cliff Ronning. I like that. I'm about their height, but probably heavier than them. Fangirl, I like the expansion draft over the entry draft. Oh, interesting. I like the entry draft, but that's fine. Can you turn the TV up? I would, but I don't want to get in trouble by the YouTube police. Benier is nice. He's 30. Who are you talking about? I don't know who's 30. I know not me. Do you honk if Devils get Luke Quinn want to go to... Do you think if... Not do you honk. Do you think if Devils get Luke Quinn will want to go to the Devils too? No, I'm not too worried about that. Beniers could be a Horvat. Yeah, I also think McTavish is more like a Horvat. Yes, and I can't. Now it gets interesting. You're right, Nux 649. It does get interesting. So, I'll save the funny draft story for a pick down the road because I think this is very interesting. Anaheim has the 3rd pick. Now, something just fell, but that's fine. We are setting up for Jacob's graduation party at my house tomorrow. So I got kind of decorations all throughout. Who do you think Anaheim is going to pick number 3? This is where it really opens up. I think people knew that Owen Power was going to go number 1. They had a feeling that Matty Beniers would go number 2. Who do you think is going to go number 3? So Beniers looks 30. That's what you're saying. Gotcha. If I had to choose Anaheim, I think they're going William Eklund, the forward out of Sweden. That's my guess. William Eklund or maybe Mason McTavish. So I'm going to go with one of those two guys, Eklund or McTavish. Would love to know what you guys think. Put it in the chat. Hey, Coach Rob, nice to see you. Fangirl, kind of like Jonah Gadjevich. We call him the man-child. Kai says, I think Eklund. I'm with you. Coach Rob says Hughes. Might be a little early, but that's fine. Hughes or Genther or Eklund, says Nux. Oh, narrow it down. Fangirl says, hi, Coach Rob. Fillmore says Luke Hughes. McTavish has a man's beard. Jamie says Eklund. Yeah, I think it's going to be Eklund as well. So again, Anaheim on the clock. Owen Power, number 1. Matty Beniers, number 2. Okay, I'll start to tell you the funny draft story. Oh yeah, because they're going to commercial. Good. So I can tell you the draft story. 2019, the draft was in Vancouver. It was on June 21st. So that night I went with my season ticket partner Mike. We saw Stan Smeel butcher Podkolzin's name. Remember, he says Vasiliev Podslovins. So he not only did Stan Smeel announce and butcher Podkolzin's name, it was pretty cool to be in the arena because a lot of people were happy, like I was, because Podkolzin was ranked as high as number 3 on some draft boards earlier in the year. And then obviously he fell a little bit. A lot of people weren't happy because they wanted the Canucks to take like someone from the U.S. national development team, like a Cole Caulfield or Matthew Boldy. Those two guys in particular were still on the board. So that was cool. Then that night, the draft ended. I went home and I volunteered at my son Sean, my eldest Sean, this is 2 years ago. So my eldest son Sean, his grad party. So after grad, I was up from 12 to 6 a.m. dealing blackjack, doing roulette, helping with their fun casino. Cleaned up for 2 hours, got home by 8, shower, and then boom, was at Rogers Arena for 9 o'clock for day 2 of the draft. Get there, the news making the rounds was JT Miller trade from Tampa Bay. So that was exciting. I had a chat with Elliot Friedman about it. He said they were close to actually landing. Who were they going for? Was it Tyson Barrie? Yeah, they were trying to get Tyson Barrie, I think, at the time from Colorado. They were offering Troy Stetcher, but it didn't work out. So Friedman was telling me all this stuff. It was kind of cool. And then we were there to watch the second day where they picked guys like Niels Höglander, so on and so forth. But the funniest thing is that year was the year that no, I was going to say, was that the year? Yeah, that was the year where guys my son's age could have been drafted. So we were joking around how my son Sean should have dressed up in a suit because he was 17 going on 18. And it would be really funny if we were sitting in the stands, but we pretended that he was a draft eligible player. Like, can you imagine the camera pans and he sees Canuck Clay, sees me there, and then right next to him, a good looking Asian kid in a suit ready to get drafted. So we were kind of kicking ourselves that we didn't think of that going to the day 2 of the draft, which would have been fun. The other thing we wanted to do is anytime if he had dressed up, anytime that a later round guy was picked, he was going to stand up, and pretend it was him. Although, if they picked a Russian guy and this Asian guy stands up, maybe we wouldn't be fooling anyone. But that was all for naught. We did not plan. We could have done better. But if we had to do it again, that's what we would have done. We would have dressed my son Sean up for day 2 of the draft and pretend that he was draft eligible. Okay, thanks for bearing with me as I told that story. We are waiting for Anaheim's pick, and then I'll catch up a little bit on some of your messages as I told that 4-minute story. Nice to see you back here, Adam. Welcome back, as always. Must have drank lots of Pepsi to stay awake. Well, and I got to finish my paper as soon as I'm done here. I think I want a New Hook in 2019. Yes, New Hook was still on the board, too. Got to go. It's dinner time. No problem, fangirl. Enjoy. Adam, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. All right, last chance to get your pick in for the 3rd pick, Anaheim Ducks. Here we go. There we go, Mason McTavish. I called that as one of my 2 choices. I thought it'd be McTavish or Eklund, but is it indeed Mason McTavish? Now, what they're saying about him, he's got a heavy shot. He's a big guy, 6'1", 205. So he almost kind of has a Bo Horvat feel to him. But yes, the thing about him, he's got a big shot, and he's got really, really good hands. Another center, so you can see that Beniers is a center, McTavish is a center, and it's his shot and his scoring ability that makes Mason McTavish so appealing and such a good pick. I know you guys who follow my channel know I had draft expert Cam Robinson on my channel about a month ago, and he was really high on McTavish. He kind of hinted that he had McTavish at number 2 on his board after Owen Power. So here he at number 3, so he was only 1 off. He's also a strong 2-way center. Maybe he doesn't have the same defensive profile as Matty Beniers, but he should play. He should be really good. And like all these guys, they're good leaders as well. So what does he have to improve on? Well, my notes, I think his skating could be a little bit better, and that I think just consistency when it comes to physical intensity. But you know, those are things that can be learned. We saw how Horvat improved his skating very quickly. So yeah, it is Mason McTavish to Anaheim. Strong, offensively gifted center, big boy, 6'1", 205 pounds. So that is the 3rd pick to Anaheim. All right, let's get back to your comments now. Yeah, I'm doing great, Adam. I hope you're doing well as well. I'm not sure if you're here at the start. Going to just do the top 10 picks. Then I'm going to finish my finish my paper for my master's, and then get ready to join Parker tonight to chat. Nice to see you, Gmod. Benning wants to sign a Russian for Podkolzin. Who do you think we'll get? I'm not sure. Are they going to have any more money? Oh, by the way, now there's a bunch of people piled into the Hughes family. So this one's interesting. Well, if the Canucks still had a draft pick, I'd be really interested to see what happens, i.e. is Luke Hughes going to go to New Jersey to join Jack, or might we have a chance to draft him to join Quinn? But I guess that's all for naught. So New Jersey has 2.5 minutes left. Let's keep going. Not sure about the Russian that they'll sign, actually. It's not Buchnevich. Buchnevich got traded today. So we shall see. Hello, Amit. Nice to see you. Adam, not so sure the OEL trade was a good idea considering PD and Hughes don't have contracts. They'll have enough money for PD and Hughes. Just the rest of the team that they got to fill out. Kai, was that a reach? I don't know. If you're asking if Mason was a reach, I don't think so. Rome called it. Yes, Fillmore. Canucks wouldn't have gotten him. Rome McTavish stock really went up in the last couple of weeks. I agree with you. James, you're awesome. How about after every pick, James, I would like your job to be, now it gets really interesting. Alluding to the fact that with every pick, it gets more interesting. James, do me a favor and do that after every pick. I think that'll be kind of funny that now it gets really interesting. And James, you do that. I'll be grateful. I will give you the big Canuck Clay thumbs up for doing so. Nux, please, Devils, don't take Hughes. McTavish is a Warrior, says T-Dot. That's awesome. Gmod, we got Garland. That to be is great news. And as far as our cap it for OEL, at least it's money on the ice, not in the stands or on the injured list. That's true, because Eriksson wasn't even playing. That's a good point. That's a good way of looking at it. Okay, guys, type in who you think is going to go number 4 to New Jersey. We got a minute to do so. So type in your predictions for the 4th overall pick to New Jersey. Nuck says the Devils can get Brandt Clark or Gunther instead of Luke. Coach Rob says Luke. Hughes for sure. Adam says, how do we sign PD and Hughes? No, we still have money. We still have money. Maestro, do you think in the future New Jersey will call Jim Benning about Hughes? They could after the end of Hughes' second contract. Bridge deals, I think that's the way they are going for PD and Hughes. Hughes or Clark to New Jersey. Schmidt and Holtby for Pokozin's Russian mentor. As long as it's not Trampkin, I'm fine with that. More cap space will be moved out as well. Yes, potentially. Clark to New Jersey. How true is that Pettersson rumor with Montreal? I wouldn't worry about it at all, Brendan. T-Dot, the Canucks are soft. They need a tough guy. D-trade, I like the trade. It's solid trade. It makes the team better. You have to improve the now to improve the future. Yes. Good question, Brendan. Luke, Hughes, Clark, Luke. Going to be Luke, Hughes at 4. Hey, T-Dot, I really wished Vancouver to trade and sign Delore. All right, the pick is in for New Jersey. Let's see if you guys are correct. Here we go. Should I type in Luke Hughes or Eklund already? What do you guys think? Well, they're having a big party in New Jersey. Here we go. Luke Hughes goes to the New Jersey Devils. You guys called it. Luke Hughes to New Jersey. Wow. Wow. So my summer's going great, Gmod. I hope yours is going well as well. I just got to get through this next course for my master's, and then I'll have all of August off. Okay, Jack is very excited, hugging Luke very profusely. Quinn looks happy because he knew that the Canucks couldn't get him. So you guys, in the chat, if the Canucks still had their 9th overall pick, how upset would you have been right now knowing that we couldn't get Luke Hughes? Some say that number 4 was too high for Hughes to go. But yeah, if the Canucks still had their pick, how upset would you have been? How bad did you want Luke Hughes to fall to us? Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I'm just going to fill this up. I know of a nice dinner waiting for me, but that won't stop me from eating my Pringles. Okay, what do we got here? Not that upset. Quinn, older bro, but smallest. Not too upset. More upset with Johnson. Yeah, Mike, so you'll be upset if indeed Johnson is still there at 9. Not too sad. I know he would go early. He was not going to fall either way. I'm just worried if Quinn will leave as UFA to Devils in the future. It was unlikely he was going to fall that far. Luke to New Jersey was obvious. I want Johnson at 9. Okay. Wanted Gmod. Good to hear, Clay. We love Hughes on the Nucks. Have a good history of brothers on the Nucks. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I would have been disappointed if that happened. New Jersey isn't that great. Another team. Yes, that's true. We got the best Hughes. I would have made the 9th pick available if Luke Hughes was drafted. Interesting, Maestro. Yeah. And Rome is gone 4 for 4 so far. Very good, Rome. So, Rome, give me your pick for Columbus at 5. Rome, I want to see if you can go 5 for 5. That's pretty impressive. Give me your pick. And did James type in that it's going to get interesting like I asked him to? If not, that's fine. It's Kent Johnson with an H there. Oh, there, James, you got it in. Now it gets really interesting. Thank you. You're a good man. Yeah, it is indeed Kent Johnson with an H. Johnsson. 1 S, though. I would love to hear everyone's predictions for the next pick, but I think Rome is the only one who's 4 for 4 so far. So for that, hey, Drum, nice to see you, Drum Inc. So for that, I'm going to give you a goal horn. Rome, this is just for you. And I'm going to dance on top of it. Oh, I froze. Oh, it looks like no more dancing for Canuck Clay. It might have to be... By the way, do you guys remember this one? This is when I was putting up Christmas lights outside on our roof. Had to get in the house, and no one caught me, as you can see. So that's my big butt in the air, falling to the ground. And this actually made it... One of my friends submitted it, and this made it onto America's Funniest Home Videos, believe it or not. Yes. I'm not sure if it's that funny. I'm not even from America, but that made it to America's Funniest Home Videos. Hit the like the dancing skills on point. Thank you. Columbus will draft Eklund. What's Vancouver's goal song? Yeah, I don't know. I think it was that one that I just played. Gmod Clay. Oh, wait. Rome, where's your pick? I didn't see Rome type his pick in. Well, the video too good to process. Thanks, Drum Inc. Okay, let's go to Columbus Blue Jackets. John Davidson. Who do you guys think? Who do you guys think? I see a lot of William Eklund. Oh, they pump faked us. John Davidson is introducing someone else who's going to make the pick. Don't worry, I won't give you some AMSR sound effects where I eat my chips close to the microphone. Don't worry. Unless you want me to. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's make the pick. Wow, Kent Johnson goes at 5. So that means 3 Michigan players go in the top 5. That is unreal. Owen Power, Matty Beniers, and Kent Johnson, all from Michigan, going in the top 5. Kent Johnson is from Port Moody, British Columbia. So for those of you that are not from BC, not from the Lower Mainland, that's a 50-minute drive from me. Really, really cool. Really, really cool, Kent Johnson. So this is the guy that's being compared to Patrick Kane. Not as good of a skater as Kane, but it's his hands. It's the way he thinks the game, the way he anticipates, the way he shoulder checks, the way he sets up his teammates. All good things. Wow, Canucks fans. So even if we wanted him, he wouldn't have been there at 9, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. Now, that does mean that Brant Clark's still on the board. It does mean that William Eklund's still on the board. Simon Edvinson's still on the board, and Dylan Gunther are on the board. Those are kind of make up the final top 9. So very surprised that Johnson went so high. So let's get back to some of your comments now. Wow, crazy. Another Canucks wish list taken. Pomo. What does Pomo mean? Oh, Port Moody. Losing pick number 9, not so bad now. Adam, I say Detroit takes Eklund. Kent Johnson. James. Oh, man, now it gets really interesting. Love it, James. You're a good man. Fillmore, Gmod on point. So Fillmore agrees with Gmod. Detroit has to take Eklund. I thought he would have been there at 9. Didn't Arizona want Kent Johnson? Yes, that is true. Adam, smash that like button. Let's help Clay out. Why, thank you. Thank you, Adam. You're a great Hall of Fame member. Yeah, if you're here, give this video a like. There are 60 of you in the chat, which is awesome. Would love for you guys to like the video. Would also love some of you to consider membership if you haven't already. Hall of Fame members, they actually will go the opposite. All-Star is $2 a month, and for that you get a written mention in all of my videos. I list all the Hall of Fame. I list all the members, I should say. So that's what you get. Oh, good, it's commercial, so I can do this properly. Okay, so for those of you, really quickly, if you indulge me for 2 minutes, membership levels for this channel, All-Star is $2 a month, $1.99 technically, and what you get is a written mention in all my videos. Then once a month, we do members only live stream, which is only 40 of us, and not all 40 show up. So it's a chance to make your voice be heard even better. And then you get access to emojis and badges. Franchise is the next up. It's $4.99 a month, or $5 a month. So for $3 more, you get the emojis and badges, you get the monthly live stream, you get the written acknowledgement, and you also get a once a month Zoom call. And that Zoom call, that Zoom chat, where we all put on our cameras and we all hang out and talk for an hour, that is for only franchise and Hall of Fame members. And then the highest tier, the Hall of Fame, and actually I have more Hall of Fame members than I do franchise members. This is $15 a month, $14.99 a month. But with that, you get everything that All-Star gets: emojis and badges, written acknowledgement, monthly live stream. Then you get what franchise gets, monthly Zoom call, and then you get 3 extra things as a Hall of Fame member. You get a one-on-one chat with me on Zoom for half an hour every month. Just hang out, talk Canucks, talk life. But that's every month. The last weekend of the month, we do that. You also get an exclusive video from me every month. Sometimes it's hockey related. In fact, I did a whole video of when I got to watch a game in the empty arena during the pandemic with my friend Marie, who sang the anthems. That was kind of cool. I've done a bowling video. I've done prediction videos with my kids. So there's that. And you also get a verbal acknowledgement in all my videos. So for those of you that are part of my channel and you see my videos every day, at the end of the videos, I give a verbal shout out to all of my Hall of Fame members. So there are some options for you if you want. And I know there are a lot of Hall of Fame members in here right now, like Adam, like Chris Seifried. So I appreciate that you guys are here. And you can ask them if they think that it's all worth it. I hope they say yes. Okay, let's get back to some of your comments. Thanks. So yeah, consider membership. You can just press the join button underneath any of my videos. Adam, how was your day today? Clay, it was good. Thank you. Good day at work. Thanks for doing the vlogs. No problem. Anything for you, Adam? Eric, new to your channel. Love it, buddy. Good job. Thank you, Eric. I love that you love it. I appreciate it. I love what I'm doing here. And yeah, I'm very blessed to be part of this community and providing content for all of you. I love it. And thanks, Eric. I appreciate that. LA Women's Hoops. LOL, a Michigan player goes to the worst city. Yeah, actually, Detroit, it's funny. Detroit, sitting at 6, will not get any of the Michigan players. Fillmore, it would be cool if the Canucks did the trade after LA does their pick. You mean a trade back to for their 9th overall? Hello, Canucky. Nice to see you. Adam, absolutely worth it. Oh, you're good. Jogpal, my top player got pick before 9, so I guess I'm not that pissed at Jim anymore. Just hope OEL doesn't bust. No, let's be confident about OEL. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that he can regain his form for sure. I got one more Pringle. For this one, I'm just gonna munch into the microphone. Does that sound good? Or does that sound kind of gross? Okay, Detroit's pick is in. Did Rome leave, by the way? Oh, Rome. Did you get your 5th pick right? I know you were 4 for 4, Rome. What did you get for... Did you get Ken Johnson right? If you did, you're a master, man. I don't think anyone had Ken Johnson going as high as 5. Michigan's biggest rivals in Columbus. Yeah, no. Oh, that's a good point. Fillmore, trade to Arizona and shocking us instead of... Oh, I see. Like announcing it on the draft floor. That would be amazing. Adam, I think OEL will regain his form, new systems, and a new defensive coach. I like that. Eklund, says Jamie. Gmod, OEL won't bust. He may not produce huge numbers, but he's a great D-man and a great leader for Hughes. Think Tanev, but OEL. Okay. Clark, obviously, must be Eklund to Detroit. Okay. Let's see what Detroit says. You guys remember, I'm only doing the top 10 because then I have to work on my paper. Here we go. What? Oh. Here we go. Simon Edvinsson goes at number 6. Wow. That's impressive. So Simon Edvinsson goes to Detroit. Another Swedish defender. Not as big as obviously Owen Power. No one is. But still pretty tall. 6'4", 198. He's a good puck handler. He's got actually really, really good skills. And yeah, I think this is a good pick for all 4 defensemen would have been good. So wow, Brant Clark is going to... The 3 that are left are Eklund, Clark, and Gunther. So that's who the Canucks would have had their crack at, one of those guys. So great speed, great ability to get into the zone for Edvinsson. And then you just got to really work at, I think, some mental consistency for sure. But this is a good pick. And, yeah, deserving of a top 10 pick for sure. So, again, that leaves, of the supposed top 9, that leaves 1 defenseman in Brant Clark. That leaves 2 forwards in William Eklund and Dylan Gunther. Not sure if you guys would have liked any of those 3 players. Let's get back to your comments. So Rome actually didn't do a pick because he went to the washroom, but he broke his streak, unfortunately. I wonder if Kings are going to trade the 8th pick. We'll see, Kai, Brad. They're sure stretching it out. Adam Broomfield, thank you. Go Red Wings. Of course, Eric, bold pick. Wish Canucks got him. OMG. Clark to San Jose. Do you think Jimbo has more surprise to come this offseason? Gmod, I definitely think he's not done. I'll put it that way. I do not think that Jim Benning is done. Another Hall of Fame member, nucksfan number 29. Hall of Fame membership, definitely worth it. Same cost as 3 Starbucks coffees. Why, thank you, nucksfan number 29. I am glad that to you, I am worth 3 Starbucks coffees. That is very, very kind of you to say. Yeah, some people say that Edvinsson is probably the worst of those 4. Some more agreement that Benning will do something. How's your paper coming along, Clay? Adam, I did most of it last night. Thank you for asking. So I just got to do some finishing touches and submit it, but at least I'm not stressed like I usually am when it comes to deadlines. No, I'm not stressed at all, actually, which is good. Eklund. Nucks and bolts. The golden age of hockey. Vancouver will come again when the other Sedin-like players arrive, but to draft them, we will be the same as what happened to the Sedins. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. That was a pretty crazy circumstances to get the second and third overall pick that year. But yes, Fillmore. 30 years ago, Sharks drafted Pat Floon at number 2. Wow, very good. Very good. And they're interviewing Matty Beniers now. Some of you guys said he looks 30. I don't think he looks 30, but he does look a little older. That's good. Okay. What's your pick? Why do the Coyotes have to forfeit the number 11? Last year, Jogpal, they drafted a guy who stories surfaced of him really bullying, for lack of a better term, a special needs person. You can look it up online, but in essence, you don't want to get into details here, but basically it was a character thing. So they got penalized basically for picking him last year. Now, I'm not sure they got penalized because the story was out, yet they still picked him. But I'm not sure if it's completely fair. If maybe I don't have the story right, but if you don't know of these issues, then you pick them, and then these issues come to light later. I'm not sure how you can penalize a team like that. But regardless, they didn't have their pick at 11, but now they have their pick at 9 thanks to the Vancouver Canucks. Adam, did the trade catch you off guard? It certainly did, Adam. And I was on the phone with someone, and I made them get off so I could go record my vlog outside my office. You know, I don't necessarily have to be the first to report things or react to things, but I do find that the more timely it is, the more it gets pumped up on Google and YouTube searches. And that video is done really well. It's creeping up on 3,000 views now in just 4 hours, which is kind of cool. Again, it's not always about views and things like that, but it's still a cool thing to have for sure. James, now it gets really interesting. That will never get old. San Jose's pick is in. I can't believe the Canucks could have gotten one of Clark, Gunther, or Eklund. If Clark goes before the 9th pick, I'll be okay with the trade. Okay, Dustin, you have like 2 more chances. And then Pat Floon was a great scout for the Spokane Chiefs. Very good. Adam Floon was actually a really good hockey player. He was. He was indeed. So San Jose, they need, according to the broadcast, they need goal scoring and they need a top goalie. So maybe they don't go Gunther or Clark or Eklund, and they go with Jesper Wallstad, the top-rated goaltender. We shall see. This will be I agree, James. This will be very, very interesting. The story was the reason that Arizona lost the pick was they were testing players before the draft or something like that. And what was I thinking about? Thanks for that, Jamie. What was I thinking about? I'm going to look it up real quick. Yeah, you're right. Ignore everything I said. You guys, I don't know what I was thinking. Ignore everything I said. Jamie is right, is because they were kind of doing testing, fitness testing outside of their proper window where you're allowed to do that. So I don't know what I was thinking about that player. I think I got that mixed up with something else. And if anyone knows what the heck I was talking about, just let me know. Okay, San Jose's pick it in. Type in what you think, who they're going to pick. San Jose Sharks. So it is William Eklund. Very good to everyone in the chat who said that. So we are 1 pick away from Brant Clark being available at 9, and that might make some people feel very sad. So William Eklund in at number 7. He is a very creative Swedish forward. I've seen him ranked as high as number 3 on some lists. He's elusive. He's got quick hands, smart player, decent skating, but maybe when I see some of his highlights and stuff, he's not afraid to go to the front of the net. Reminds me a little bit of Höglander, actually, a little bit, but obviously a little bit better because Höglander was a 2nd-round pick. But yeah, Eklund is a good player, a great pickup by San Jose. I'm just looking to Pacific Division, so we're gonna have to face Matty Beniers in a few years in Seattle, Mason McTavish in a few years in Anaheim, and then William Eklund in a few years in San Jose, and then LA still. So for the top 10 are Pacific Division rivals. Okay. let's get back to some of your comments while we wait for the LA Kings, who already have a really, really good prospect system. Gmod, you're my go-to Canucks newsman. Thank you. The live stuff is hard to catch with work, but I'll be around more in the winter like last year. That's awesome, Gmod. You know how much I appreciate you. Thank you for that. nucksfan number 29. Not saying you are like Starbucks coffee. I'm saying Hall of Fame membership is the cheapest 3 coffees. I'll take that. That's fine. Eklund, Clark, Eklund, Clark. Awesome. So yeah, start typing your picks now. Actually, wait, don't do it just yet. We'll wait because I think we have a few more minutes still. Nux, OMG, now Kings are going to select Gunther because they need goal scoring. Mike says Clark is gone next. Jamie says Arizona did pick a player in the 3rd or 4th last year and came out, he bullied a black kid that had mental problems. Okay, but that had nothing to do with... gosh, those two really like being on TV. Those two... Oh, and then I think someone told them to get out of the way because they're like saying, okay, I'll move. That's really, really funny. Anyways, Clark has gone next. Jamie said... Kai... Kings prospect pool about to be really deep if they select Clark now. Yes, they have a really good prospect pool already. Rome would have loved McTavish, but his stock really soared. Didn't think he'd be available at 9. Hope LA takes Clark. It's funny, if you're watching the broadcast, there's all these people like waving at the camera, and then you can see them getting shooed away by someone off air, which is pretty cool. I mean, off the camera. While we're waiting, what network you're watching on? I'm watching on Sportsnet right now. So 201. By the way, while we're waiting here, you guys, do you think that Jim Benning... Oh, the LA Kings pick is in. They did not have to wait even for their whole 5 minutes. Okay, type in who you think it'll be. Is it going to be Clark? Is it going to be Gunther? Is it going to be someone else? But type in your 8th overall pick right now. And James, I agree. It does get really interesting right about now. Here we go, LA Kings. Oh, so Brant Clark goes. Oh, look how happy he is. That's awesome. Brant Clark goes at number 8. So the Canucks would not have got him. So Brant Clark goes to the Kings. Wow, they are going to be a strong team in a few years, you guys. Mark my word. You don't have to mark my words. Just remember that. Brant Clark, right shot D-man, great offensive ability. You know, when they're talking about him falling to the Canucks at 9, potentially, they're saying, well, he kind of plays like Hughes and Rathbone play. They play quite an offensive rover type style. But this guy's going to be something special. I think this guy's going to be really, really good. And yeah, add him to the Kings list of really, really good prospects. Okay, so people are pretty happy that, yes, the LA Forward prospects are indeed nuts. Called it. You did, Mike. Thank God we traded. Hi, Eric. Welcome. Hey, Eric. Nuts and bolts. Remember the Mayan text, okay? He's happy because he knows his future bright in LA. Yeah, Gmod, I don't blame him. Who will Arizona take? Okay. So now we have a few minutes. Arizona's on the clock. If you want to remind, maybe now is a good chance to remind ourselves of the big trade from today. It's right on the screen there. The Canucks get Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 6 more years, $8.25 million a year, but Arizona is paying for $1 million of that 8.25. Also, we get Connor Garland, restricted free agent, had 39 points in 49 games last season, so outstanding season. He's going to make a lot of money, so but he is going to fit along right in our top 6, likely with Horvat and Hoglander on the second line. Now, because Connor Garland's a natural right shot, you can actually move Hoglander to the left side now, bump Pearson down, and the third line becomes Pearson and Podkolzin flanking Jason Dickinson. I really like that a lot. To Arizona goes this next pick that we're going to witness right now. Louis Eriksson, 1 year, $6 million. Jay Beagle, 1 year, $3 million. Antoine Roussel, 1 year, $3 million. Second round draft pick next year. 7th round draft pick in 2 years from now. So the Canucks are giving up 3 draft picks and 3 players. You clear $12 million of salary cap this year. that you avoid having to do a buyout, but that's $12 million that would have come off the cap anyways next year. So that's why a lot of people are saying this is short-term gain, but long-term pain. Would you have rather seen the Canucks not do anything and just let that money fall off the books naturally? Or do you say, man, we just got a top 6 winger. If we can lock him up to a good contract now, then that's great. And you never know who this number 9 pick's going to turn out to be. If that pick doesn't turn out to be as good as Connor Garland, then you could say that part's a win. And if Oliver Ekman-Larsson gains his form, top 4 D-man, even a top pairing D-man, then you could say that this was at least a decent trade for the Canucks in the short term. We know Jim Benning really wants to make the playoffs soon. Dustin says now he's okay with the trade. Gmod said this make the trade look even better. Ellie Women's 30 years ago was Lindros draft craziness. Yeah, basically he forced himself out of Quebec, and Colorado ends up getting the better of that deal, with Forsberg being the centerpiece. Not looking bad now if OEL can figure out how to play again. Clark, Nucks lineups are looking good so far. Lots of new guys. Absolutely. Okay, so Dylan Guenther is supposed to be number 9. He's supposed to be the next guy on the list. So let's see if he indeed is the one to go next. A tweet from Thomas Drance. Dylan Guenther is a hell of a prospect, but once Kent Johnson was off the board, the most painful possible what-if scenarios was eliminated for Canucks fans. For what it's worth, Canucks had a good sense last night that he'd be gone before they picked. So interesting. To you, everyone in the chat, do you kind of agree? Do you feel almost a bit of relief now that Johnson and Clark and Hughes, and maybe even Eklund, but definitely Johnson, Clark, and Hughes, now that they're off the board, are you kind of okay? Does it actually, it's funny, I'll put it this way. Has the way that the draft is unfolded, has it actually changed your view of the trade a little bit and make it a little bit more acceptable for you, for anyone that didn't like the trade? Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you guys think that the fact that Clark and Hughes and Johnson are off the board, does that make the trade a little bit more palatable for you? Gmod, imagine OEL being an OEL and spending your time in prime in Arizona. That was his issue, surrounded by youthful energy, taking arguably the best teammate with them. It's sounding good. OEL with Hughes. Yep. Guenther is next, says Adam James. Boy, oh boy, now it gets really, 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 really interesting. That's funny. Okay, so for a lot of you, it is making you feel better. Yeah, walking into the day, and if you guys watch my vlog from earlier today, which has been rendered pointless now, the very start of the day, I actually thought that it might be Clark and Johnson that was there at 9. So Clark, I was close, and Johnson, I wasn't close. I didn't know that he would be picked so high. Roman, a little bit better with the trade, knowing we didn't have a shot at some of these players who are off the board. Quattro was basically 9th for Garland, so it's all right. Yeah, especially if the 9th doesn't turn out to be as good as Garland. Yes, I feel better, thank you. I didn't want to call Benning's firing every day. That's funny. That's very funny. All right, Arizona pick is in. So we watched this one with bated breath, considering that this was the pick that we would have had. Exciting stuff. And there you go. The top 9 were indeed the top 9. Dylan Guenther does go to the States. Sorry, to the States. What am I talking about? Well, I guess he is going to the States. He goes to the Arizona Coyotes. And now we just got to wait for this Ottawa pick, and then I will sign off. So Dylan Guenther, 6'2", 175. Great skater, great hands is what people are saying. He's a winger. He's a right wing, so he's not a center. But yeah, he's really smart, and he's got wonderful hands, great skill. He should be really, really good. He could be. He should turn out to be a top 6 forward for sure. But you guys, let me know what you guys think about this trade now, and about the fact that it would have been potentially Dylan Guenther. Still don't like the term on OEL's contract combined with extra picks, whatever on the 7th rounder, but the second still stings. Yeah, I would say it's a first and a second for Connor Garland. Really, you could throw that in there. Yes, I'm very relieved. The second rounder stings. Rome agrees. Gmod, I watched Garland destroy the Bathurst Titans, a member of the Moncton Wildcats back in the day. Happy to see him as a Canuck. Or, that very funny. You're trying to make a sad Gmod? That really makes me feel better, says Adam. Wait, I missed Luke Houston, New Jersey. Yeah, Fangirl, that was right when you went for dinner. You should have eaten your dinner in front of the stream. He could have been a Canuck. Welcome back, Fangirl. I was eating dinner when Luke Houston drafted. Indeed. Indeed. All right, so we are going to do one more pick, and then I will figure out what I'm going to do. Thanks to everyone who's in here. I appreciate you. And it's Ottawa. It is a Canadian team. The first Canadian team, right, of this draft. Yeah. Wow. We would have been the first Canadian team, but of course we didn't have a pick. So it's indeed the Ottawa Senators. Okay, friends. As James would say, now it gets very, very interesting. Who does Ottawa pick? Will the Twins be a positive influence to OEL fitting? Well, I don't know about the fitting in. I think maybe they had a say in getting him for sure. Taco Big, first round goes to 32. Yes, 32 players. It was sad times. That was funny. Gmod. Fangirl, there's a rule. No devices during family dinner. That's a good rule. Will Ottawa take a goalie? We shall see. So Nux says they're picking Jesper Wallstad. Wallstad. Okay, so a lot of you are saying Jesper Wallstad to the Ottawa Senators. They're on the clock. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Maybe now's the time for a goalie, for sure. For sure. Well, I still can't believe that three Michigan players went in the top 5. That is pretty crazy. What's our second round pick, number 40? Yeah, it's 40 or 41. Hoglander Part 2, indeed. Yeah, the other goalie's Kosa. Now, James says now it gets interesting. So, James, it's gone from really, 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 really interesting back down to interesting, which is fine. Yeah, I'm interested to see who Ottawa picks, for sure. For sure. And then I have a plan for when it could be Fabian Lysell. It could be Chaz Lucic. It could be one of the 2 goalies, Wallstad, Kosa. Just looking through all my sheets of paper that I prepared, which became moot when the Canucks didn't even have a pick. But that's okay. You guys, I still give it a B. So this will be funny. Do you guys think has your trade grade changed at all now that we didn't lose Clark, Hughes, or Johnson? Do you bump the trade up a little bit, maybe from a B- to a B, or from a D to a C-? Did your trade grade change at all? Let me know. No, Fangirl says no. Ottawa pick is in. Wallstad is a goalie. Yes, he is. Coach Rob said your trade grade changed a little bit too. All right, it's the Ottawa Senators. Pick is in. They're still talking about what could happen. Rome says C- to a C. Gmod, does anyone else want Ottawa to do well? Just a pure empathy at this point. Well, they're better than us this year. Knox, I don't know why. I feel sad about Luke and Jack and teammates instead of Quinn and Luke. Well, obviously, there's nothing wrong with feeling bad. If one team was going to have the two brothers, you want it to be us. No letter grades, but it's a pass. Jockball, how did today's trades work out contract wise? You can answer whenever you. Oh, Jockball, thank you for giving me that. Maybe that's what I'll end with. Yeah, Jockball, look at what's on my screen. That kind of breaks down how the contracts work. But Jockball, you can be more specific with your question. That would be great. Here we go. Ottawa Senators. Wow. I was just watching the feed. It was a little bit slow. Tyler Boucher. Compared to Josh Anderson, they said on TV. So there's a bit of a surprise for me. I had not heard a lot about Tyler Boucher prior to today's draft. Well, so to go at 10, I think that's a bit of a surprise, but that's pretty cool. So there we go, you guys. There's our top 10. Owen Power to Buffalo, Matthew Beniers to Seattle, Mason McTavish to Anaheim, Luke Hughes to New Jersey, Kent Johnson to Columbus, Simon Edmondson to Detroit, William Eklund to San Jose, Brant Clark to LA, Dylan Gunther to Arizona, and Tyler Boucher to Ottawa. 3 Michigan players going in the top 5. Canucks would have picked at 9, but would not have a chance to get Clark, Johnson, or Hughes, the 3 names that were most appealing, most interesting to me. So I'll answer a few of your questions before I sign off. And then, yeah, Jogpaul, if you can re-ask your question, that would be great. I want to make sure that I'm answering it properly. Sam, it would be A for a C if Benning himself was involved in the Arizona trade. A from a C. What's your thoughts on Gunther Clay? Did you want him? Dustin, I wasn't as high on him as I was on, say, Clark, McTavish, or Johnson. But I still think he's going to turn out to be a good second line winger. So, Dustin, it wasn't a matter of where did I want him, but I think he'll be a good player. Fillmore, yeah, delayed reaction for me too. I didn't even hear what name he picked. Yeah, nucksfan, who is that? I don't know, but he's number 10. Fangirl, the Hughes family's going to put on 3 jersey numbers on a shirt when it's Vancouver versus New Jersey. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to look. Gmod, thanks for the draft show, Clay. Good luck with your paper. No problem. Adam says, who? This is interesting. Tyler Boucher. See you later, Clay. It's been fun as usual. Ottawa goes off the board. Indeed. Okay, friends. Let's go. Let's all go to Parker's stream if you want. Give me a second. I want to go at the same time, and I want to do something funny here. So let's do this. In a second, I'm going to put it in the chat. And then this is what we're going to do. We're going to do what's called a raid. And before we go to Parker's channel, I think some of you guys know the story. The first time I got raided by Hot Take Hockey, I didn't know what was happening. I thought my computer had a virus because they all said, we're watching you, we're watching you, we're watching you. And I actually didn't know what was happening. Like dozens of people came into my live stream. And then I found out that I was getting raided for the first time. So that was kind of cool. So in a second, I'll do my sign off, and then we will go to Parker's channel if you want to. And then when you go there, I want you to type in Canucks After Dark is the best. So you can type it now, type it in the chat here, and then just copy and paste it. Don't press send because I already know Canucks After Dark is the best. But obviously Canucks After Dark is the show that I do with Parker. So, or you know what? Instead of saying Canucks After Dark is the best, say, just say don't do that. Just like this. When you go into Parker's chat, just type in don't do that in the chat and he'll know exactly what's happening. So don't say it's a raid. Don't say we're here from Canuck Clay's channel. Actually, you can say that too. But let's say don't do that as we go into Parker's channel. And then I'll be joining him at 10 p.m. for the live stream tonight for Canucks After Dark. So thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for sticking with me. I know you could be watching anyone else and doing anything else. A lot of fun. I'm going to go finish my paper and I'll see you tonight at 10 p.m. And thanks for supporting the channel. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video before you go. and consider becoming a member of this channel. And I appreciate all of you being here. So stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Wish me luck on my paper. God bless. Go Canucks, go. Go to this link right now. And then as soon as you're there, type in, don't do that. All right. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot, guys.